Hello YouTube, Pinchy08 here. First off, I do want to say I really do sincerely apologize for a very long absence. And I think the reason is right in front of you, because as you can see, for the very first time ever on my channel, after featuring a few airport updates and all, for the very first time ever, we're going to feature my very first model aircraft massive unboxing. The retailer that I've got all these boxes from, especially this one that's already out, is Waffle Collectibles. So I may not have a lot of airplanes here like how Red River Aviation or Citrus Aviation gets to collect up to, because my mom usually gets paid only every 2 weeks instead of every week. So it's not going to probably be a lot of airplanes, but other than that, you're going to enjoy this. So, I also do want to say I apologize for having one out of its shipping box already. But I really was excited about this airline called Breeze Airways, because they are brand new here to the Jacksonville area. And this Breeze E195, as it would say, is going to do pretty good wonders at my Jacksonville model airport updates. However, this is not the only Breeze Airways aircraft you're going to see in this video. So get ready for more very soon, but you'll probably get the idea of what other airlines and planes you're going to see, because for all that long I have kept them in the box to prepare for this video. And that's also another reason why I haven't been doing monthly airport updates, because I've definitely been in need of these new airplanes. And also because this one's already out of its shipping box like that, it's actually been out of the shipping box for quite a while, but I never opened it that much. And that would be where we're going to start here with this Breeze Embraer E195 aircraft. So we're going to get her out of the box and take a closer look. Alright, here we go. So here's that awesome cradle that we have. And because this plane has been out of the box, I can guarantee you one thing: it is definitely not broken. Thank goodness. No broken models so far. But I can't guarantee that with the other boxes that I'm about to pull out. Because one thing I have learned from Citrus Aviation, the reason why some people are receiving model aircraft like this broken or with loose parts is mainly because, unfortunately, both Gemini jets or NG models or any 1/400 scale aircraft manufacturer is using a very low quality glue. So I think that's the issue why some people are getting them broken. But luckily this one is perfect out of the box. So if you'll excuse me, we're gonna take a closer look at her. Here it is, aircraft number 1, Breeze Airway E195. Take a look at this. I love the logo like that, how it's shaped like a check mark. That's why everybody probably likes to do this with their hands and fingers like that. See what I mean? Now, Breeze, of course, is still a brand new airline out in the United States, starting up hubs over in Tampa and Charleston, South Carolina. And then little bit by little bit, they started to work their way here to Jacksonville. And the other reason why I'm excited about them being here in Jacksonville is because for the first time ever, they're practically the only airline that's offering nonstop service to Providence, Rhode Island, as that was the closest airport to me at the time when I was living in the town of Fall River, Massachusetts. And I've been waiting a very long time for a nonstop service from here in Jax to Providence. So now that it's finally here, it's probably most likely I'll be flying a plane like this, or probably the predecessors, the Embraer E190, but for some reason Gemini just wanted to start us off with the E195. And I don't have an E190 with me at the time to check out the size difference, but as you could probably tell, this plane would have been a little tiny bit longer Each set seating inside of the fuselage cabin would have been like 2x2 seats in a row. And I've seen what the seats look like. They're either arranged in the nicer or nicest arrangement. So yeah, this is a pretty cheap airline that you could fly. So I'm bringing us closer for detail. You've got your L1 boarding door. Your General Electric or GE engines over wing exits look great. Our two rear exits look nice. You can see over there it says flybreeze.com. Registration November 190 Bravo Zulu. That's what B and Z stands for. And man, I love the check mark like that. So this is the left side of the aircraft. Now for the nose. The right side. The back side. Here's the bottom. And the top down. So yeah, pretty cool aircraft. Let's get to some more of them as I prepare our first regular shipping box ready. As you can see, when I order from Waffle Collectibles, most of the time the shipper is usually FedEx. But I like FedEx. They do a very good job with their shipping and everything. So I've had packages from Waffle Collectibles either shipped by FedEx or even USPS, which stands for US Postal Service. We'll get to a box like that very shortly. But this was the first of these that I got. I will have another one like it to pull 3 models out, and that's how many there is in here. 2 of them are 1/400 and one of them is 1/500 scale, unfortunately, by Herpa, and you'll get the idea why very, very soon. But other than that, let's pull this thing open. Because as you can see, there are tabs over here that say pull to open. The reason why I have the box upside down like that, especially in the past, is because I'm trying not to reveal my address. Alright, so we're just going to do this. Alright, that should do it. And here's our first plane. Here it is, Jetblue A321 Neo, November 4022 Juliet. This is one of JetBlue's A321 Neo LRs that actually flies from New York JFK to London, either Heathrow or Gatwick. One was made by Panda Models and another by Gemini Jets. We're going to get to that very, very shortly. So, no more spoiler alerts. So this is the Panda Models one. I like the box so far. And here's our Herpa 1/500 scale airplane. As you can see up close, this is the A220, because, yeah, unfortunately right now, 1/500 scale is the only small scale JetBlue A220-300 we have in the small scale, and I don't know why Gemini Jets is making us wait a little bit longer before we can get this in 1/400 scale. Trust me, I'm a little frustrated about that, but so you'll have to excuse it, because when I start doing airport updates with JetBlue again, I'm gonna unfortunately have to place this aircraft in a 1/400 scale JetBlue airport update in the next upcoming few videos. I know that is very unusual because this is a much smaller scale, but it's just gonna have to do for now. Once we get our 1/400 A220, just like Gemini Jets obviously made me wait a long time for a 1/400 scale JetBlue E190. Alright, let's get the last model out. here we go. Here's a Gemini, Jetblue A321 Neo LR. So now that these are officially out of their shipping box, we're gonna open these up one at a time. I think I'll start with the two A321 Neos, and then we'll get to the A220. So excuse me a minute as I get everything out of the way. Alright, we're gonna get started now. Starting over here with the Gemini Jets Jetblue A321 Neo LR. I don't know why, but Waffle Collectibles always puts these weird stickers on the side. So let's hope that nothing is loose. As this is the plane's first time out of the box, we're looking good so far. Uh-oh, I guess we do have a loose part. Look at that, loose tail. But let's just stick that here for the time being, if I can. Kind of no use doing this. Okay, little fail on my first unboxing of these JetBlue planes, but I do have some super glue on standby, so hopefully I won't have any problems like that. Let's take a closer look at this airplane. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. I do have a loose part on this, and that's only the tail, but that's no big deal. That's a part I can easily glue back into place. But as you can see, if you remember my review on my Skymarks models a long time ago, I was almost about to say not so long ago, but it is quite a long time ago. So if you don't remember the kind of tail fin this is that JetBlue has on these planes, this is what's called the streamer's tail fin. And yeah, this is what's known as the A321 LR in JetBlue talk, which stands for long range. I'm sure you've heard that those letters being used on other aircraft, such as the 777 or the 767 aircraft. So basically, this is an A321 Neo, but the reason why we decided to just name it A321 LR, which stands for long range, is because this is sort of a long range A321 Neo that's used on a transatlantic flight currently from New York JFK Airport to London, either London Heathrow or London Gatwick. They usually fly these daily, one each direction. I believe that's how it goes. So thanks to Gemini Jets and Panda models, we have these in two different registration numbers. Of course, the one I got in the Skymarks was different. And I remember the caption on that aircraft saying, "Allow me to introduce myself." But instead, the registration on this one, which is also different from the Panda ones I pulled out earlier, registration of this aircraft is November 4058 Juliet. And looking closely here by the nose, the caption on the aircraft would say "Mint, mint, wink, wink." So yeah, this is a beautiful aircraft. Gonna definitely do very good in my JetBlue Airport updates of Terminal 5. When I do get to that part, there's actually quite a little bit of change made. So we're going to take a look at this thing. So far, other than the tail that was a loose part, this model is very, very gorgeous. So here's the left side of the aircraft that we board. If you look very, very closely, it's got the Mint logo. Here's the nose shot. Very well molded and painted in nose cone. Looking here on the right side, we can see how all the antennas are. And I suppose I'll have to skip the bottom since I do have a loose part. But yeah, nice plane so far. So thanks for the plane with the loose part, Gemini Jets. So we'll just get to the Panda models one. And I'll get this one with the nose with the tail drying. Let's get to the Panda models one now. Alright, here we go with the Panda model. Jetblue A321 Neo. So let's hope that there are no loose parts on this. So far from Panda models, I've had no bad luck with loose parts. So yeah, with Panda and NG models, usually the plastic cradle is clear. Hold on, what is this I'm seeing over here? Looks like we may just have only a loose antenna. If that's true, no problem. I can definitely glue that back as well. Because remember, like I said before, one thing I learned from mostly Citrus Aviation is that these 1/400 scale manufacturers are using a very, very low quality glue. So far, I don't see any major parts of this model loose at all. So I think we're just about good to go. But as for that antenna array we just saw, I'll get a closer look at that soon. But for now, let's keep our focus here on the official Panda models, JetBlue A321LR. So yeah, it looks like it's only this antenna that's missing, but I'm glad that they anyway shipped it like that, so that way I can glue that back into place. So other than that, no major details are loose. Tail is in tight, wings are in tight, no loose nose gear. So this is a whole different registration, as you probably saw on the box. Registration of this aircraft is November 4022 Juliet, with the same streamer's tail fin. And I also did forget to mention on the Gemini Jets version that apparently these can be used on transcontinental flights as well. And instead, the caption on the aircraft is named after someone by the name Joe Peterson. At first, I thought it said Pearlstein or something, but closer look examines it says Peterson. I don't know who this Joel Peterson is, but if any of you who are watching do, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. So we're going to take a look at this thing. Probably most of you may have not noticed, but yeah, even in 1/400 scale, we got the inside of the winglet painted in the streamer's tail fin, and it's like that with the A220-300. And it looks like we got an antenna rotated the wrong way. I'm just curiously checking to see if I can correct that. If not, I'll just have to leave it where it is. Yeah, I'm probably going to leave that one where it is. It's really no big deal. It's only that this antenna over here up front is missing, but I'm going to fix this very, very soon. That way, when we have all our aircraft in one shot, like what Red River Aviation does, everything will be repaired and looking good. So here's the front of the aircraft by the L1 boarding door. Normally the other manufacturers don't paint in the nose cone, but we still know where the nose cone is. You got 2 overwing exits, an extra overwing exit over here, and then the rear wait, those are not overwing exits. You got extra exit doors over here, and then you got your rear exit doors over here. And everyone calls this part on the back of the aircraft the APU, which is exactly what it is. And I'm not sure yet what the APU is really used for on these passenger jetliners. I'll figure it out soon. What's really unique about Panda models is that the SATCOM box, this really big thing, I just called this the antenna or something. But I think that after hearing from Citrus Aviation how he calls it a SATCOM box, I think that is a better name, because, yeah, sat for, like, satellite, and I'm not sure what com would be for. But other than that, this is a beautiful-looking airplane. Here's the left side of it, the front of the aircraft. the right side of the aircraft, the bottom. Looks like almost one wing is ready to come out, which I hope is not true. And then here's the top-down view. Alrighty, well, there you just about have it. So, before we get to that last one, which will be the 1/500 scale A320 I've got right here is still in its box, which I'm sure this will never be broken. This one I'll definitely repair, and we'll get moving on. So, hope you enjoyed this one. Let's get moving. Well, look at this. I was right. This wing was getting a little bit loose. I just didn't pull on it hard enough. Oh well. Guess I'll have to repair this now. Darn low quality glue. Alright, here we go. Transitioning this time from 1/400 scale to 1/500 scale with JetBlue and this little A220-300. I sure am definitely all in hopes that we do get a 1/400 scale JetBlue A220. So this I just pulled out. It seems to come in all of these models, and this is the just a simple Waffle Collectibles business card. You can read what it says over here, what it says on the back. It's really nice. Really no big deal. Alright, well, let's pull this tiny little thing out, which I am feeling already optimistic that it won't be broken. I could be wrong, though, because this is a smaller model. That's why its box can be a little bit tricky to open. It does require me to have both my hands free. And here it is. So far, nope, nothing is broken. So, gonna set it down, get everything out of the way, and we're gonna take a closer look at it. Alright, here it is. So far, this is going to be my only 1/500 scale aircraft that's going to be featured in my JetBlue airport updates of JFK Terminal 5. I know this may seem like a bit of an unusual plane to use there, but truth is, well, ever since these planes started flying for JetBlue, well, they only did so only out of Boston at first, but as soon as they opened up new destinations out of JFK, such as Kansas City and Milwaukee, they've been using the A220s, which is pretty interesting. Another destination they use the A220 would be Key West, but unfortunately Key West service from JFK is also very seasonal, mostly during the winter months. And due to the fact that pretty soon these planes are going to be used to replace the Embraer 190 out of JetBlue's fleet, I'm not sure if they're going to use this plane or not to go to the Cape Cod Islands like Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard, or even the town in Cape Cod Peninsula that's kind of hard to pronounce. But other than that, this is a very nice model, so if you're wondering what the tail fin on this model is, and that's called the Hops tail fin. And this is the same registration number that we got in 1/100 scale in Sky Marks, November 3044 Juliet. Here's the inside of the winglet on this plane, how it has the Hops logo. The outside, though, doesn't. And, of course, the caption, just like in 1/100 scale, is called Drawing of a Blue Error, because everyone knows with JetBlue, they like to put the word blue in every sentence they make on a caption on the plane. And due to the fact that this is such a small model, there are no communications antennas, but I'm amazed that they did manage to put in the molding of a SATCOM box for the Wi-Fi and all for the in-flight entertainment, or IFE for short. So yeah, this is going to be a nice collector's piece to have in my collection. As you can see here from the front, those cockpit windows, the way they're arranged, kind of looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? This plane is so cool. So here's the left side that you board from. Here's the front view. The right side of the aircraft. The back with the APU. Here comes your top-down view. And your bottom view, which does have a stand hold, because Herpa does have 1/500 scale stands, but not all the planes I have by Herpa in 1/500 scale would have holes for stands, so just gonna leave it the way it is. So that's it for the JetBlue models for now. We still got more to go, which are going to be very, very interesting, I do promise, but that's it for the JetBlue side, so hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on to our next box, which is a little bit smaller, and I'm going to need a box cutter knife for that one. So yeah, this package we're looking at now is not really that big. That's because there's only 2 models this time in this one, and I'll guarantee you they're just going to be as unique. So, as you can see, this is the bottom side, because the top side would have revealed my address, in which, you know, we're meant to always keep that a secret. So I think you'll have an interesting view of me opening this little thing. We open very carefully and very slowly. This is a very sharp blade. And also, we don't want to scratch the contents inside. We do it nice and gentle like this. And if you want to stay safer when you're cutting with this, always cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Otherwise, you'll end up losing a little bit of control, and then you could end up cutting yourself, which you don't want that. Just do a few scratches, and then there you go. When you're done, just retract the blade like that. And this is the only box that's gonna require me using that cutting knife. Well, this is gonna be pretty tough to get because there's a lot of newspaper and everything. Waffle Collectibles likes to wrap each model up in their box like that with paper like that, which is interesting. Alright, here's our first one. American Eagle Embraer 170. And here it is. In the old Heritage American Eagle livery. Been wanting this for a while because it has been seen here in Jacksonville before. I don't know what's up with these stickers they put on the sides of the box. And then the other one here we have from NG Models, the United 737-900 in the Eva Blue. So let me move this out of the way. So I can show you these boxes. So yeah, pretty neat. I was hoping to get this United 737-800 from NG, but I could only get it from Gemini Jets. Hopefully if one of these 800s shows up on eBay, it will be my lucky day. However, I did hear that NG is also planning to doing the old Continental livery in the 900, as well as the Eco Skies livery, which was also released by Gemini Jets. But I think I'm going to start with Gemini because I like these bigger boxes to start with. So, yep, this is your American Eagle Embraer E170 in the Heritage American Eagle livery. This aircraft has been seen before here in Jacksonville, so I'm very happy to have this. So we're going to start with this as we move on with our unboxings. Here's another one of these business cards at the bottom of the Gemini cradle. I've never had one of these models come with an undone wing or any other part, so I think this one should be good to go. Yep, so far so good. We're going to look at this one in detail first, so this time I think I'm going to leave the camera for a sec as I clean everything up and we'll get a closer look at the... Yeah, I think this was a better idea to do. Instead of having to put up with me, moving everything aside like that while the video was still recording. I decided to, well, do a little bit of a jump cut. That way I could stay off camera, move all the packaging out of the way. And now we're here taking a closer look at the model plane itself. So here it is. Your typical Embraer E-Jet. And I gotta say, for a heritage livery, this is very, very nice. I'm almost a little guilty of having the not having some of the 737-800s in heritage liveries, such as Chrome Heritage. They're also supposed to have other heritage color 737s, such as like Reno Air or TWA or Air Cal, and I think that's about it. And of course, after inheriting their merger with U.S. Airways, they also have the Heritage U.S. Airways American A319s. One after the merger with Piedmont, PSA. If I can remember, there's also Allegheny and America West. But it's sad to know that those are now owned by American after inheriting U.S. Airways like that, because U.S. Airways was my favorite airline at that time. And of course, before the merger, this is what a lot of American Eagles planes looked like, even the little regional jets. So I'm glad that the American Eagle regional airliner of the mainline carrier American Airlines has one of these E170 aircraft painted like this, and it looks very gorgeous. Maybe the only heritage 737-800 I'll have is just the chrome livery, and I think that'll be good enough. So that way I can have American Airlines heritage livery to show what American Airlines was, because I miss that livery just as much. But I'm still trying to move on and all. So let's take a look at what else this detail has to offer. So here's your cockpit area. And there's only 4 exit doors. You got 2 of them up front and then another 2 in the rear. So yeah, only the E190 aircraft would have had 2 overwing exits, thus making 6. But of course, this can be boarded with a jetway as well as like a regional jet or a CRJ, except they require a separate air stairs to be attached. If you were boarding or deplaning from a regional airport without jetways. So either way, here's your L1 boarding door. Nice engine detail. Nice winglet detail. Here's the what the tail would have looked like. It's really awesome looking. Registration November 7. Can't read this right. I gotta stabilize a little bit. November 760 M and Q. I forget what M stands for, but Q stands for Quebec. So here's what the left side of the plane looks like. Here's the front, and this is a Gemini model. That's why you'll see a perfectly molded and painted nose cones as well as windshield wipers. The right side of the plane, the back side of the plane with that silver APU. Here is the bottom of the aircraft. And here's the top view. Yeah, user Southwest 252 inspired me to do it like this. So yeah, pretty neat airplane. Alright, we'll move to the United next. And yeah, even though I'm not doing any airports that hub United Airlines, it's useful mostly for my Jacksonville airport updates, because we have gotten the 737-900 from United before. I definitely need to get all 3 liveries of the 700 as well, including this one, the Evo Blue, the Continental Globe livery, and the Star Alliance. But there is no Star Alliance, though, for the 739, though. So, let's hope this one won't have any problems with broken parts. These are your typical things of your NG models I'm packaging. And of course, if you had to use a code, this would help you get discounts off of things. Alright, here we go. Hoping that nothing is loose. So far, so good. We are looking good. So yeah, this plane looks good so far. So, alright, now for the jump cut so I can move all this stuff out of the way and we'll look at the aircraft. Alright, I gotta admit, this is a very, very nice looking plane. Of course, if any of you know the difference between your 737-800s and 900s, you'd see that the 737-900 has a bit of a longer fuselage like that, and has additional exit doors, so kind of like a shorter version of a certain 757-200. But other than that, this is a very, very unique model. I'm not sure in reality if we've ever come across a United 737-900 painted in the Evo Blue, but I gotta tell you, the Evo Blue livery is very, very beautiful and very gorgeous. So, we're taking a closer look. This aircraft does feature the splits winglets, and which I love those kinds of winglets. And I like how the Evo Blue tail looks like that, how it kind of fades into a different hue of blue. I don't know if you can see it very clearly, because not enough lighting coming in from the sun. I'm surprised to see that even NG models took after Panda models, doing the gray SATCOM box like that. So we're starting off here on the left side. Here's your L1 boarding door, your 2 overwing exits, your extra exit door, and your rear exit doors. APU, though, looks kind of small. I think I'm starting to get a little bit of better lighting to show you the different hue of blue that fades right up there. Other than that, this is a cool aircraft. Registration of this aircraft, November 3-1, if I can read that correctly, November 3417. That's what it was meant to say. November 3. No, wait. Still reading it wrong. One more time. November 38417. There we go. So, once again, here we are looking at the left side of the aircraft. The nose, which does have a neatly painted in nose cone. Here's the right side of the aircraft. Here's the bottom view. And the top view. So yeah, this is an awesome aircraft. I think this is going to be very enjoyable at my Jacksonville airport updates. So yeah, due to the fact that I am still in the process right now of unboxing new airplanes, that's why I've kind of been absent from airport updates, because I've been really needing these new airplanes. I'm not done yet, though, collecting airplanes. Next on my aircraft, I'll get probably just one from Waffle Collectibles, but most of the others will be from RM Model Store. But if I had to use Waffle Collectibles again, like off of eBay or their site, I probably will still do that. But other than that, there you have it. That was the NG Models United 737-900 in the Evo Blue. Can't wait to get the other liveries with the Continental Globe. Excuse me. Continental Globe and the Eco Skies livery. So let's get ready to move on to our last box. This is our last box. Looks just the same as the first one with all three JetBlue models, but we have three different aircraft of three different airlines in here. So this one I'm definitely not going to spoil until they're all out of the box. And plus there's three manufacturers. We got Gemini Jets, NG, and Panda. Those are our three manufacturers, so received this a lot more recently. Maybe the other side will help a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Coming in. Well, we can already see the boxes of the two of them. Sun Country, and yes, we do have another United, but when we pull them out, I'll show you what it is. I'll pull the Sun Country out first. So yeah, this is supposed to be your typical Panda Models box like that, where it would say Boeing, but on the side it would tell you which airline you're getting it from. For instance, Sun Country Airlines. And I was definitely in dire need of this because Sun Country is also new here to Jacksonville with nonstop service to Minneapolis, St. Paul. It would have been seasonal. It started off in April. Of course, the best thing about this one is that it's got scimitars, in which NG didn't offer that. So we're going to save that aside. Now pulling out the NG United. Yep, that's right. You're seeing it right. This is the United 737-800 in the Star Wars livery. And which I gotta tell you, for United aircraft, this is really cool. Don't know what's up with these stickers they always stick on the side of the box. Didn't see it on the Panda box, though. But definitely the NG one. Alright, here comes the last one. This last one's always the trickiest to get. And here's some more Breeze Airways action, this time on my first ever 1 to 400 scale A22300, because yes, it is true that Breeze also flies the A22300 as well, except these are used mostly on transcontinental flights, like from Tampa to San Francisco via I think either it's Richmond or Charleston. I'll have to look it up soon. But yep, more Breeze Airways action, this time on the A220. Looking around to see where that other sticker is that they keep on these boxes. Guess it's not there. Well, that's it. All the last models out of the box, so gonna make the jump cut. Alright, model aircraft number 1 to pull out since it was first out of the box. The Sun Country 737-800 in the beautiful new Typod livery. That's what this is called. This is known as Typod. And I think I'll read the registration of the aircraft off the box. It's easier to read. November 8420 Yankee. So we're going to pull this out. So far it looks nice in the cradle. Just giving it a little shake to find out if there's any parts loose. Because I know that's what Red River Aviation does. So far it didn't sound like anything was loose, but here we go. Off comes the cradle. And I think we're pretty much good to go with this. Yep. Nothing seems to be loose. Everything is definitely a go, so I'm going to make another jump cut, get all of this out of the way, and take a closer look at the plane. So yeah, I have to admit, the reason why I haven't jumped on any Sun Country Airlines models at all is because they haven't started servicing here in Jacksonville at that time. So now the NG models, Sun Country 737-800s in the old livery and the new livery, which we call Tripod livery, are very, very hard to find. Unless I do come across one of them or both of them separately on eBay for a very, very decent price, I might be in luck by then. But for now, this is all I'm going to have for Sun Country. And plus, they only fly, Sun Country only flies here to Jacksonville only on Mondays and Fridays. So when I eventually set up for the Jacksonville Airport update, this plane will be featured. And also due to the arrival of Breeze Airways, there's also been some gate changes as well for Allegiant Air as well as Silver Airways. So I can't wait to show you the rearrange that Jacksonville Airport made sooner or later. But with that in mind, let's get started with the Sun Country plane. So yeah, this is a really cool new livery called Tripod. It does make sense, because it is almost like tie-dye, or as it was really called, Tripod. And so you see here, everything looks nice. Your L1 boarding door, overwing exits, rear exits, registration number. And then this is the right side of the plane that you board from. Here's the front view. Here's the right view. The back view with a nice looking APU. Here's your top down view. A little bit of an FSX or FS20 view. And this is the bottom view. Antennas are in correctly. So yeah, great model. So let's move to our next one. Alright, and now here we have the NG Models United 737-800 in the beautiful, beautiful Star Wars Rise of Skywalker livery. And I will be honest, I haven't seen this Star Wars movie just yet, the Rise of Skywalker. But I did see the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney+, and that was really a fun series to watch, because Obi-Wan's always been my favorite Star Wars character. But other than that, I'm doing what I can to go with every Star Wars story. So, other than that, let's keep our mind on the model airplane itself. We got two business cards, one from NG, and I think this is also a Waffle card. There's no writing on the, here we go. This is the old Waffle card. Because yeah, as you can see, a few things are spelled wrong. And here's the NG business card, which is giving me a little bit of a hard time to pick up. Just give me a second. Here's where your code would be scanned, which we got that covered up for now. And then here's the front of it. This time we got it in green. Pretty unique. Alright, let's get the model out. Hope there's nothing wrong with this one. So far, so good. Of course, one thing you are seeing with the scimitar winglets, or splits as we would call them, the right side is blue, the left side is red, which does symbolize the right way. So I guess the right side will be the Jedi way. Right side over here, the dark side of the aircraft, no pun intended. So allow me to make the jump cut and we'll get a closer look at the model. All right, and so here we are looking at very closely at this model. And I gotta say, this is really one of a kind. I've been really hoping for this to be released in 1:400 scale for a while, and now here it is. This would have been my very third NG models, United 737-800. Still have yet to get the regular Evo Blue livery, but all I have is a Gemini Jets Evo Blue in its place for now. But other than that, this is really cool. Really matches the Star Wars theming, how there are stars all over it. You could see paintings of the X-Wing fighters and the TIE fighters. You can see how it says Star Wars over there, Rise of Skywalker. And I forgot to read the registration number off the box, which I'll do that now. Registration is November 36272. Alright, there you have it. Giving you all a closer look at this. If you're hearing weird noises, don't mind that. That's just probably my cat making all that weird noise. Alright, so here's where your L1 boarding door or exit door is. Very nice job they did painting in the nose cone. The antennas on the top are all white. We got a few red ones on the bottom, so really blends in with both the light and the dark side of the Force. That's what Star Wars is about. So, to get through with what Southwest 252 does, this is the left side of the aircraft. Here's our front view. Our right view, which I would consider the dark side of the aircraft, no pun intended, with Kylo Ren's red lightsaber and a red United logo. Here's the back view. Very well painted in APU. Here's our top-down view. FSX view. And then here's the bottom view. Alright, well, there you have it. One more aircraft to go. Alright, now we're down to our last aircraft, the official Breeze Airways A220-300. This, of course, being my very first 1/400 scale A220. Decided to peek at it here through the cradle, something I hardly do. Of course, with Gemini jets, you always have the different designs, lettering. So if you want to take a look at that, please pause to read. Alright, let's pull her out. So far, looking so good. Just giving it that little shake if there's anything loose. Doing a little bit of a feel. So far, I think we're good. Yep, everything's glued in place. Alright, now to get everything out of the way, and we'll look at the airplane closely. Right, and here she is, my very first Gemini Jets 1/400 scale A220-300, which was at first supposed to be called the Bombardier CS series, with Delta carrying both the A220 or CS 100 or 300, but there's a lot more of the 100s in Delta's fleet. Sometimes the Delta A220s have been seen here in Jacksonville, but I just don't want to get those models until eventually they get seen in Atlanta. While I have this aircraft out of the box, what do you say I briefly pull the JetBlue A220 so you can see the size difference in between 1/400 and 1/500 scale. So yeah, I know, 1/500 scale is pretty small, isn't it? think that's no wonder user CLT Aviation 13 refuses to use these in his model airport updates, because even at the time when Herpa was starting to do JetBlue models, their first was a Blueberry's E190, and at that time it was the only small scale E190 we had. I don't know why it took Gemini Jet so long to do a 1/400 scale one. And those are going to be replaced by these A220s very, very soon. And I just don't know why. But Gemini Jets is making us wait for the JetBlue A22300 as well. I was expecting it to be in both the June and July releases, but still no sign of it. So for now, this will just have to do for the time being until we get it in 1/400 scale. Alright, but let's keep our focus on the Breeze one. So you're pretty much, I'm sure, familiar with the Breeze logo. How it's a very light blue fuselage right here, and darker blue over here with the check mark. You've also got the check mark right there where you got the letters E and Z, which I do like that very much, because they want to make everything at Breeze Airways easy. So this is the left side of the aircraft where you would board from. You got a beautiful nose cone painted in. Very nice detail on the L1 boarding door. Nice job on the antenna details. Printed on the APU very well. So we're gonna go through more details. This is the left side of the aircraft. Here's the front view, the right view, don't know what that little dot of thing is on the over here. I'm trying to see if I can get it off. Looks like it might just be a little tiny bit of a paint chip, but no big deal, because when you view it from afar, it can hardly be noticeable. And I have a feeling when Breeze Airways does start service pretty soon from here to Las Vegas, this is the aircraft they're going to use. So both the E190 you saw earlier and this A220 will be useful at my Jacksonville airport updates. But let's move on. So here's the back view, the FSX or FS20 view, along with a top-down view, and then the bottom view with the Breeze logo on the bottom and your stand hole. Alright, well, now that we're going to do this, time for our grand finale shot. Alright, and here's our grand finale view of all the aircrafts I have unboxed. 2 Breeze Airways, 1 Sun Country, 1 American Eagle, 3 JetBlues, and 2 United. So, yep, everything on the 2 JetBlue A321 LR Neos are all fixed, except as you can see, the top or front antenna I had to glue back in on the Panda models. A220 is a little bit taller. I don't know if you can notice it from here. It is very tall, though. It's not supposed to be really that tall. If I really don't like it, I'm just going to end up pulling it off and then just leaving it the way it is. Other than that, I can't believe I still ended up with a loose wing on it. So there's a first for one of my Panda ones, but now you're seeing clearly I glued it back in place, and I did fix the tail of the Gemini one as well. So everything's looking good and in place, so that's all that matters. So there you have it. All of the airplanes are out of their boxes and they're looking good. And while I was pulling them out of their boxes, this is where I was keeping them. So there are the boxes, and then here are the models. So I hope you enjoyed this massive unboxing. I'm sure this wasn't quite a lot of airplanes you were expecting, like what Red River Aviation would do or Citrus Aviation would do. Although I am going to promise that in the next unboxing video, I will have a little more to do with Delta, because NG and Panda are coming out with some more Delta models that could be really good and perfectly utilized when I model Atlanta. But other than that, there you have it. My planes needed for both Jacksonville and JetBlue Terminal 5. Hope you enjoyed this video. My very first model aircraft massive unboxing ever. So thank you for watching. Trust the process. Do what you love. Love what you do. My name is Pinch 08, and I'll see you next time as I sign and pinch out. Take care.